Welcome to kcheebplays, Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Let's get started.
Ulyev and Clarence had the electricity grid schematics out. They had two things to figure out. How did we overlook the node issue, and could they tap into a different line that had capacity? It became apparent the first question would never be adequately answered. The bottom line was it was missed. The main line that runs all the way back to Bramsky was used to feed everything from Koptislaw. It had been maxed out. But there was still hope. The power plant had at least two more lines run, and as long as they weren't connected to the main line in some fashion, it should be possible to tap into it. Clarence ran his fingers through his hair in frustration. This schematic is very hard to read. So many symbols, and the routing it shows are all just approximations. I can't tell exactly where they go. Ulyev answered, "I know what you mean. Electrical schematics were never my forte, but I can see lines that should have capacity. Do you think we can get close enough to make a new line viable?" Clarence sighed. "We should be able to, but I wouldn't say we can yet. I think at best we make a day and do some scouting. We should start at the plant and work towards the fuel and bitumen plant. I don't see anything else closer." Not sure I can join you, Clarence," Ulyev said. "Ludmila's due in a couple of weeks, and doctor recommended she not be left alone. Can you handle this one?" "Oh, shouldn't be a problem," Clarence said. "I think maybe I'll bring a couple of my junior engineers with me. A little field trip would help them understand it's not all CAD software." "Oh, that's great," Ulyev said. "Thank you. I have a question for you, though. Would you consider staying with Trimagnata? We'll match whatever offer you've been made." Clarence laughed, and Ulyev just looked at him in shock. I'm sorry, Ulyev," Clarence sputtered. "It's just that I wish we'd had this conversation yesterday. I turned the offer down. I just didn't make the time to tell you." Hi, Jeep here. Welcome to episode 108. Thanks for taking the time out of your day. Appreciate that. I'm on the Fjordland map and trying to make my way through the rest of the build down here. It kind of made me laugh quite a bit here this last little bit, because I guess I finished the last episode saying off that there's no major issues. Well, if you consider power is not, or no power is not a major issue, then I think that's fair. But at any rate, I might have found a solution that doesn't require us building a new geothermal power plant, even though this would have been the first time I've tried using it. I did a bunch of well, not a bunch. I did some checking into the power grid, and there is an available slot here that I could run across to here, and then run over this way to connect in here. I think it's totally doable, and then I could sever this connection here once we do get it connected up. The thing is, I made such a mess out of. I'll show you versus just talking about it, because it really is quite something. Now, what I do to be able to try to follow the mess of wires is I go into power, and then I go delete, and when I hover over one, it shows me where everything's connected, so I can tell where it's going. So I've got switches and all manner of things going on here, and when we get down here, it's a little on the crazy side. There's a switch there, and I get two lines run in, and anyway, I'm not going to bore you with all of those details. What I did find out was the line that runs down here, this line here, shouldn't have anywhere near max number of nodes. So with this opening, I can run across and then hopefully be home free. So that's at least the plan. So what I need to do is is get this started. Now, if I run this, I want to make the distances that I have to run underwater as short as I can, which means I'm probably going to have to go from here something like this, and then I got to run this one over here. Work with me. And now that that's in between the two rail lines, we're committed there. And we'll go up to around there and over. Okay. Then we go underground, and just realizing now that I don't need wire. If I could only get 12, I don't really need the 18, but too late. So if I come out here, and there, and annoy Ludmila by putting some big power lines. So that was 12, right? Big power lines. 10, 13 it is. Sorry, finish my sentences, right? My big power lines in view of her beautiful tourist center. I got to get started on this right away. So we'll get it going. Actually, I need to be above ground for this, right? And the Warstock guys are in business. Okay. And this is highly experimental. I just want you to know that. Heating problem. Okay. We're coming up on winter. Good times. I'm going to just, let's see. I'm going to pause all of these. Just because I need to know the answer to the question. Okay, well, wish there was a way for me to know how many nodes, but I guess we'll find out. So, yeah, we'll continue on, and hopefully this all works out. Our rail construction still chugging along nicely, I believe. We've got two being worked on right now. What are the two? Okay, yeah, those are the two that we're looking for. Almost to the point that we can finish the electrification of the rest of this line up here. In fact, I think it's probably just this line right there. If I zoom in, I can see all the ugly grass that's growing into the... Oh, this is electrified already. So it looks like there's just a piece in here that needs to be dealt with. And then obviously the rest of this, excuse me. So for the time being, not wanting to get too carried away with too many what? Too many construction rail construction vehicles in here. I'm just gonna let that be. So cool. All right, and I noticed that our ship has been built. And now I need to check the lines because I want to add them. This is Soviet, and there's only one on it. And that's the Western that has... oh, there's only one on it as well. Oh, because it's different locations, that's why. So I've got 2 Soviets, so this one will be a Western one from that other port. So it looks like I've got Soviet, Western, Soviet, or Western, then Soviet. Okay, so you go here, and then you go Western. Let me make sure before I commit to anything. Yes. All right, away you go. And we're back up to 97% happiness. Yay. Food is important. And power. I think there was a little power issue too that they were complaining about. So, wanted to check on our Tupolev, see how far along we are with that one. Not quite halfway, somewhere in that range. I think that's what this is, a Tupolev. I think that's the supersonic jet, is it not? Yeah, 2,150 kilometers an hour. That's supersonic for sure. All right, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? I think it's back into full-on construction mode again, get all this done, and depending on... let me just check this now, how busy our friends are here. I really would like them. They're not overly busy. I didn't really want to do that. Yeah, they should both be the same. If we get them finishing off some of the other infrastructure in here, we'll definitely switch them over to the power. So, all right. So, given the fact that we're in full-on construction mode here, I'm going to slip into a time lapse, and we'll see you on the other side. Cheers. All right, I'm back. It's probably as long a excuse me, as long a time lapse as we need. We're looks like we're done construction here, except for a couple of legs of the train, our rail. Think I'm probably going to have to sign those if I want them done, and I do. So that should complete that. I will have to set up a a rail line. I'll do that next episode. Sort of the wrap up of all the little bits and pieces for this area. We've got one more container ship to deal with, and oh, you don't have fuel? Oh, there's not enough fuel. Why would that be? Got more than enough there. Are you pumping? You're not sending a source, or the source is not sending? Oh, I connected it to the wrong that's not a pumping station. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, there's always something, isn't there? Okay. Not that big a deal to manage, and I think I'm going to do that in the next episode. I don't know that I need to try to fix another one of my screw-ups. In this one, we've just got a few buildings left to deal with, primarily the residences, and pretty sure I said don't allow anyone to move in at this point, so no one's going to be moving in. Finish off our footpaths. I think we've got all our infrastructure. Thankfully, the legwork that I did beforehand paid off. I had all my fingers and toes crossed that it was going to, electricity-wise, so it wasn't as painful as it was thinking it was going to be. We're getting fuel over here. We're all set up. I'm going to need to set up all of the stuff that we were exporting to the rail line to come drop off materials here. There'll probably be a couple of other lines that I'll need to set up. Put in some faux roads. They're really not for anything. I wasn't sure where I should go. I didn't want to take this up the hill. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that. I will end up finishing connecting the other roads. Just not sure how I'm going to do that just yet. And don't think after the length of this episode that I need to deal with that. So just make sure where we're at. Where am I at? I'm in the wrong place again. Oh, we got another one. Cool. These guys get built fast. I forgot how fast they get built. How many can I get over here? Or over here? So I can get two more in here. I want this line and this line. Actually, there's only one ship, so I don't know why I need both of them, but I get carried away sometimes. We'll set. You can go there, and I'll have to make sure that I don't. I keep the number of ships the same on each side, because I do want 3 and 3 to begin with. So work that. Oh, we finally got him to stick around for a little while once you click the right buttons. So yeah, cool. These didn't work out exactly how I pictured it, but after watching in Kayamaya's video how to actually do this, it makes way more sense to me now, and I'll be able to be better at it next time I use them in this kind of industrial area. So it's been quite a journey. This area is done. Happy with that, and we just want workers here, right? Oh, no power supply? No. This is not in range, hey? I thought I measured that all out. Obviously not. So we get to put one more in. Okay, so there's a power issue and there's a fuel issue. So I need to put a pumping station in here, split the line, build it, and away we go. Probably wait for that for after everything's dealt with, probably the start of the next episode. And get rid of the eternal messages. And, oh, one thing I wanted to do. Sorry. May as well start building another one. See if we can recover any of... hope you enjoyed that little trip out to the border. And, yeah, we'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for hanging today. I appreciate that. It's been kind of a fun one. Couple things dealt with, fixed up, and a couple more things to look at for next episode. We'll see you in that one, hopefully. Cheers.